Hello and welcome. I am Chrissy. I'm so glad to have you here. This is my channel, Chrissy Love, where I review perfumes. And this is a very special day because I am reviewing 8 very hyped perfumes. They've been all over YouTube, all over chat boards, everywhere you see them. People are just talking about them and loving them. So I said, I gotta get my nose on these things and see if they're worth buying full-size bottles of. So I got these samples here and there all over the place, and I'm ready to tell you my opinions. For the majority of them, I'm really not considering buying full-size bottles of them. And this is not because they're bad perfumes or the people who reviewed them were wrong. It's just not to my taste. I have very specific taste. So oftentimes I can say, oh, that's a very classy perfume, that's a very beautiful perfume, that's a complex perfume, but it doesn't mean I necessarily want to have it in my coveted permanent collection, which I protect like crazy. I don't let anything into it unless it is truly a stunner and something I must have and I'm going to reach for often, because I recently did a big declutter and announced my brand new collection. I'll link those videos in the description box below because they're really fun to watch. But now I am really protecting my permanent collection. So I'm trying to buy samples whenever possible, and when not possible, if I don't like a perfume or it doesn't perform the way I want it to, it's out. It's sold, it's gone immediately. So let's jump right into these 8 super hype perfumes. We got my Jezebel in the background. She's gonna help us out today. So let's jump right in. We're gonna start on a light note with 2 really fun ones, and that is Dolce and Gabbana from their fruit collection, the pineapple, and then we're gonna talk about the orange. So I'm gonna put pictures of the bottles, but they are so adorable. I almost wanna buy them just for the bottles. They're so darn cute. Now I tried to get the lemon one as well, but was not able to find it. So if I do in the future, I'll review it, but so far I have 2 of them from the collection. So we're talking pineapple. So for pineapple, the top notes are pineapple and Sicilian mandarin. The middle note is jasmine, sambac, and the base notes are vanilla absolute, ambergris, tobacco, and orchid. And this is not very complex, I have to say. It's really linear. It does not develop on my skin at all. It's just a citrusy, zesty pineapple. It is super tart. It has, like, of course, the natural pineapple sweetness, but it's overall a really tart citrus perfume. So it's really fun. It is what it is supposed to be, but it's not like this complex, mysterious perfume. It is a pineapple blast. It is tropical, it is fun, it is happy as anything, it is bright, but you don't get the jasmine, the tobacco, no. This is a pineapple perfume through and through, and it does not develop on my skin into anything else. So one I would buy if I found it at the right price, which has not happened yet, and that is Dolce & Gabbana Pineapple. Now in the other corner, we have Dolce & Gabbana Orange. And the top notes are Sicilian orange and Calabrian bergamot. Middle notes are basil and orange blossom. And base notes are amber, iris, and musk. And I will also say for both of these, the performance isn't that great. So that's another deterrent. They really don't last that long. But this one's also very linear. It does not develop on my skin. It's slightly sweeter than the pineapple because it has this like sweet orange to it. But also kind of has this lemony scent I was picking up on, which might be the bergamot, a little bit zestier. It also has more of like a powderiness in the deep dry down. So I will say that it develops like ever so slightly. I mean, not really. It just like kind of gets powdery, which might be just the effect of my skin. But the amber, the iris, the musk, no. I mean, if they're there at all, it's very supporting roles. It really is a straight up orange perfume. So again, so happy, so fun, absolutely lovely. I think it's great. I actually don't see orange come up too often in perfumes. So just to layer this into another perfume would be really fun. Yeah, so I do recommend it. It smells great, but performance isn't that great, and it's a little bit pricey for what you're really getting. So that is Dolce & Gabbana Orange. The next one has been hyped and overhyped. Overhyped. And that is Balenciaga's Florabotanica. And the top note is mint, the middle notes are rose, carnation, and cannabis, and the base notes are vetiver and amber. And when I first spray this on my skin, it's a very powdery rose with musk. It's really not sweet, it's very straightforward powdery rose. And in the dry down, it gets even more powdery on me. It's definitely a red rose. and there is pretty much no sweetness. But I do like that it has this kind of vintage smell feel to it. It has this slightly herbal undertone that I really like. I think it's the cannabis and the mint coming in. It kind of smells like an old-fashioned apothecary or like walking through an herb garden with roses in it. It's a very authentic, real floral experience. Now, this really isn't my type of perfume because I don't like outwardly floral perfumes. I like things to be a little bit sweet. And so this doesn't do it for me. But as far as florals go, it is beautiful. I mean, I get it. It is nice. It's very classy. It smells very sophisticated. You know, I'm going to keep this sample and keep wearing it around and see how I feel about it. But usually my skin sweetens things up, and it didn't even do it with this one. It is straight up a floral. So yeah, the performance is really great though. So if you like the scent, you're going to be very happy with the performance. It lasts all day. It projects. It's awesome. And that is Balenciaga's Florabotanica. And speaking of florals, we have Jasmine Marzipane by Maison Lancome. And I'll put a picture up of what the bottle looks like. But the notes are jasmine sambac, jasmine, almond wood, musk, bourbon vanilla, cashmere wood, and sandalwood. And when I first spray this on my skin, it's a chalky, very realistic jasmine. There's like no added sweetness to it. It's just powdery. It's a little bit old-fashioned, or maybe classic is a better word for it, but definitely chalky. And then in the dry down, I get kind of like a lactonic jasmine. It's really pretty. It feels vintage to me. It feels like crushed petals, just like made in like the 18th or 19th century. It feels like a really organic, natural perfume that could have been made at any time because there isn't a lot of outside influence. It's not trendy. It's just like a really gorgeous, straightforward jasmine smelling perfume. So I get the hype. I think it's gorgeous. If you like jasmine, this is your jam. And the performance is really good. It lasts all day. I mean, you have to kind of respray to get a lot of projection toward the end of the day, but I think that's fine. So yeah, this isn't up my alley either. It's just too outwardly floral for me. I might keep a spray around, like the little mini one, just for like that one time in the next 5 years that I feel like I really want to be a floral bomb. It definitely could happen, or my taste could change. So is this gorgeous? Yes, it absolutely is. Is it for me? No, it's not. And that is Lancome's Jasmine Marzipane. I have to say, I'm having so much fun with this one. I really love trying samples and like getting my nose on things that other people have talked about so much. It's actually really exciting. But anyway, I digress. The next one I'm talking about here is Cacharel. Yes, I am. And it's that one, that lipstick bottle. So cool. Now the top notes are raspberry, mandarin orange, lemon, and bergamot. The middle notes are gardenia, ginger flower, amber, jasmine, rose, and orange blossom. And the base notes are milk, caramel, vanilla, cardamom, licorice, coumarin, benzoin, sandalwood, and amberwood. Woo! That's a lot of ingredients for this little guy. Now, when I first sprayed it on my skin though, no, none of that. I get a really synthetic berry cough syrup. It's very sweet, it's very syrupy. And then in the dry down, honestly, it's pleasant. It's definitely pleasant. It's a generic syrupy sweet perfume though. It kind of reminds me of Bodacious by Juicy Couture, like just a little bit, because it has this shampoo-ness to it. And I also detect berries in Bodacious, even though in the notes there technically is not. I get that from it. But this is like overly sweet. I get the lipstick reference. It does have like, not a cherry lipstick, but like a red lipstick kind of feeling to it. Like that waxiness and that like over, like if it was like a flavored lip gloss or something, I could see that. Now, I'm not getting a lot of the complexity that the notes really say. Like ginger flower, nah. Rose, maybe. Milk, nah, it's not really lactonic. To me, it's just like very syrupy, raspberry flavored cough syrup or something. Especially in the dry down, it's quite syrupy. So I think it's fun. It's not bad. But when I'm going for syrupy, my favorite perfume is probably the Kenzo Jus d'Amour L'Elixir. Yeah, it's the longest name, but that I believe is like a blackberry. I think I'll do a review on this in a future video and look at the notes and everything, but that has like that syrupiness, but for some reason it's like a plumminess too that just makes it a little more sophisticated. There's a little more to it. This doesn't have that sophistication, I don't think. No offense if you like it. If you like it, please wear it. It does smell delicious. It's super jammy. It's super jammy. And so I can definitely see someone liking gourmands and liking this, or if you like berry scents, yes. This, even though raspberry is the only berry note in it, it's really front and forward, for sure. More so than even citruses. So yeah, that is my opinion. I probably won't buy a full bottle of this, but I'll use up the rest of this. It does smell good. It's just, I think there's better stuff out there. So that is Cacharel's Yes I Am. So as you can see, no outright losers here today. These are all really great perfumes. I see why they've been hyped up so much. And now I'm moving on to Eau de Merveilles Eau de Toilette by Hermes. And I'm just gonna spray it here. And the notes, the top notes are orange, elemi resin, and lemon. The middle notes are amber, pepper, pink pepper, and violet. And the base notes are fir, cedar, Madagascar vetiver, and oak moss. And when I spray this on my skin, this smells like really cologne-y, actually. It smells like bitter orange, so it's super zesty from that, with not much sweetness, and also white florals under it. And I definitely get the pepper. That, I think, is what makes it lean rather masculine for me. And then in the dry down, it smells to me like citrus-scented body powder. So it's kind of chalky and powdery, and I'm surprised in the dry down how vintage it feels. It feels really mature. Like, it feels like something an older person would smell like, my grandmother might smell like, or something, which really took me off guard because it's not an older perfume. Now, the performance is excellent. It really lasts all day. But yeah, that combination of like the masculine-ish feeling around it and the vintage feeling sets it outside of my current box. But this would be a really amazing cologne. I think like for unisex or for a man, this is actually quite lovely and comforting. It's comforting to smell. I don't know if I want to smell like it, but smelling it on someone else would be a joy, truly. Like that orange with that powderiness, it is lovely, but the pepper just makes it a bit too masculine for me. And I think that fir and that cedar and the oak moss, it all combines to be a little bit masculine. But not bad at all, certainly well blended, it certainly smells good. It's just a matter of does it smell good for me, and I'm not entirely sold on it yet, at least. I'll give it some more chances, it could grow on me. But it is, in essence, a really beautiful perfume. And that is Hermes Eau de Merveilles Eau de Toilette. So now let's talk Bond number 9. So Bond number 9 is a gorgeous perfume house with all beast mode perfumes. And they all have a really strong opinion. They're all named after neighborhoods or some kind of like cultural element of New York City. And I've smelled probably like 12 of them at this point. And the only one I love, like really, really love in my heart is New York Nights. And that's one that to me smells like banana runts. I think it's actually like a coffee caramel type smell, but I don't care how you interpret it. It's really sweet and delicious and wonderful. Now there are two Bond number 9 perfumes that everyone talks about that get all the love. And that is Chinatown and Scent of Peace. So I'm gonna talk about Chinatown first. I'm just gonna spray it here. And the top notes on this are peach blossom and bergamot. The middle notes are tuberose, gardenia, peony, and orange blossom. And the base notes are cardamom, vanilla, sandalwood, guacwood, patchouli, and Virginia cedar. And when I first spray it on my skin, and also right now, that's in my mouth, I can taste it, it's very powdery. And I get ylang ylang. But maybe it's tuberose. Maybe it's tuberose I'm smelling. And I also get musk, which is not a note in it, but it smells kind of like an animalic musk. And then the dry down, it just becomes like a really creamy, powdery floral. So this is really more floral than I thought it was going to be. I wish there was more vanilla in there, more sweetness. Also Chinatown, I guess I'm not sure what I really thought of. Maybe they were thinking like in Chinatown, some kind of like flower market. I never actually been to Chinatown in New York City. This is just me completely. This is not that I'm putting anyone else down. I'm not a New York City girl. I am a small town girl. I like, picturesque, walkable cities. New York City, I guess it's walkable, but it's too many people. It just like drives me crazy. I don't like the energy there. It stresses me out. So I've never been to Chinatown. But this is a creamy, delicious scent if you like florals. Okay, maybe delicious isn't the right word. It's not sweet. But it's a classy scent. I don't get the hype. I really just don't get the hype on this one. It's nice. It's so nice. But these bottles, guys, cost like $300. It's insane. Like, I think I said enough. Chinatown is not my girl, but that's okay. So that is bond number 9, Chinatown. Finally, let's talk about bond number 9, Scent of Peace. Now the top notes are blackcurrant and grapefruit. The middle note is lily of the valley, and the base notes are musk and Virginia cedar. So pretty straightforward. And this one is designed to be like a calming scent. It was created in tribute to the 9/11 attacks. And the bottle is a gorgeous lavender color. So what I get, and I test these perfumes without looking at the notes. It's truly like what I really get from it. And I get like vetiver from it. I get like a citrusy herb. But now I get grapefruit because it's zesty, but I got vetiver when I smelled it. And the dry down on my skin smells like green tea leaves with citrus. So it definitely has that calming, nurturing effect. I didn't pick out any of the notes right in this. Blackcurrant, I don't get at all. And I guess there's florals, but I don't feel like that's what's running the show here. I really get green tea leaves and citrus. I'd love to know what you guys think, if you get something outside of what the notes tell, or if you really do get like the grapefruit, the musk, the lily of the valley. So this is really pretty. It is calming. It is so nice. It is just a really lovely herbal citrusy scent, and I do really like it. I'm not sure I need a full bottle of it for the price that it's at, but it is beautiful. And if you like freshies with a little bit of sweetness, I think you're gonna like this one. So this is a winner, absolutely hands down a winner. I love Scent of Peace. I'm not sure I'm buying a full bottle. That's the honest truth. So I hope that I wasn't too harsh. I hope I gave each perfume its due. They are all worth the hype in their own way, for sure. Just because something is hyped up and someone else really loves it, or because it is of great quality, doesn't mean that you or I or any particular person has to love it. But it is fun. It's fun to get your nose on things that other people like and just see what's out there. So I thank you all for the recommendations and for giving me this opportunity to talk about them. So let me know which hyped perfumes you really love, or what you think should be hyped more. Thanks for being here as always. Thanks for liking and commenting, and I hope you have a very beautiful day.